It's now time for the Rebirth Sports full game recap. We go all the way back to May the 21st of the year 2023 when the Milwaukee Admirals were in Texas to take on the Stars in Game 5. We are just 1 minute and 1 second into Game 5 in the first period. It's Murray coming with a save on Gravel with plenty of traffic in front. It's the first shot on goal of the game, plus the second came on this sequence with the follow-up there in front on the jam. 125 in the first period. Askarov coming with a save on Caro. First touch of the game for Yaroslav Askarov. 340, Askarov would have another touch already, a save on Back, who scored the overtime game winner in Game 4. 6:09 in the first period, Murray comes up with a save on Sherwood's wrist shot. 7:30, Murray comes up with a save on Gross at 8:12 of the first period. It's Wilsby for the Admirals coming in with the second goal of the Calder Cup playoffs, giving the Milwaukee Admirals a 1-0 lead. It was Philip Tomasino with the setup for the long, heavy shot. Excellent vision by Philip Tomasino and some outstanding patience to go ahead and hold the D just long enough to set up the perfect shot and shooting lane for Wilsby. 1-0 in favor of the Admirals early in this Game 5. 9:23 of the first period. It's Askarov coming with a save on Loxonin. 11:29 of the first period. Still Guyzo's third goal of the playoffs. It's a long shot through tons of traffic. Admirals getting good shots from out there at the blue line, and also getting plenty of traffic in the net here early in the first period. It is 2-0 in favor of the Milwaukee Admirals. 11:29 into the first period. 11:36 of the set first period. It's Damiani off to the box, 2 minutes 4 high, sticking that's going to find Kemmel getting his fourth goal of the Calder Cup playoffs. It was a one-time bomb from the left circle, giving the Milwaukee Admirals a 3-0 lead over the Texas Stars in this series deciding Game 5. 12:40 of the first period. McCarron off the box, 2 minutes 4 tripping, and Askarov about to grab his hard hat and clock in and go to work. A save on Studenek's Knuckler, and then another save on Barber, then another save on Gleason. He would make one more save before the end of this power play situation. 19:02 of the first period. It's Kemmel scoring again, his second goal of the period, his fifth goal of the playoffs. It was a deflection through the 5-hole of Del Guyzo's shot, giving the Milwaukee Admirals a 4-0 lead over the Texas Stars here at the end of the first period. It would be the Admirals out shooting the Stars 14-9 in the first period. We start the second period with a goaltending change for the Texas Stars. Murray, who had played every minute of the series up until right now, is pulled out of the game, giving up 4 goals on 14 shots against the first period. Poirier, who faced the Admirals multiple times in the regular season, is in for the Texas Stars. 1:38 into the second period. Askarov coming with a save on Studenik at 1:48, though, in the second period. It's Damiani's second goal of the playoffs, getting Texas on the board. It was a wrist shot from the slot over the glove of Askarov, and early on in the second period, it appears the Admirals have taken their foot off the gas and have certainly not come out with a killer mentality. It is 4-1 now in favor of Milwaukee over Texas at 5:02 of the second period. Askarov comes with a save on Reedy with the glove. It's very obvious that the Texas Stars were looking to go back to that glove side and test that glove, and Askarov was ready for it. At 7:39, Poirier comes up with a save on Angelo at 8:03. Poirier comes with a save on Ratcliffe, plus the follow-up. It seems the Admirals at the 8-minute mark of the second period are re-engaging in this game, but then at 8:47, Askarov comes with a save on Studenik's partial breakaway. 11:16 of the second period. Askarov coming with a save on Caro, plus the rebound by Stranges, and it's a big, timely save right here. It's the 10th shot on goal of the period for the Texas Stars. Unfortunately for the Admirals, at 12:15, Ratcliffe's off the box, 2 minutes for interference, but fortunately for the Admirals in this scenario, they do have Yaroslav Askarov, and he's about to come up with some big-time save. 2 of them in a row on Bork, then Stranges, then on Reedy before the end of the power play situation for the Stars. Another big-time save sequence for Askarov. At 16:04 of the second period, it is Jankowski go off the box, 2 minutes for tripping. Askarov comes up with a save on Barber in this scenario, and the Admirals do a much better job on this PK, only giving up that one shot against 19:35 of the second period. It's Askarov coming up with a save on Back. We hit the end of the second period, and now it is Texas leading in shots on goal. The only goal of the period goes to the Texas Stars. Stars now 26 shots on goal for the game. Milwaukee has 19. The Stars generated 17 shots on goal in the second period. So Askarov was 16 of 17 in the second period and frankly did the bulk of the work that period. We go into the third period now. 20 seconds in. It's Askarov back to work. He's coming with a save on Tufte, who had a fairly good series and was a bit of a pest against the Milwaukee Admirals team. 3:30 of the third period. Poirier comes with a save on Ratcliffe at close range. 4:37 in the third gets Kemmel and Gleason each off to the box with minor penalties. We see a 4-on-4 situation, and nothing would happen right here. Askarov would come up with a save on Bartow at 6:58 of the third period. 8:11 of the third period. It would be Askarov coming with a save on Gleason with the arm. More difficult save than it looked. The more times you looked at it on the replay, the more you realize Askarov barely got the arm out there for it. 8:23 of the third period is Kamano's off to the box, 2 minutes for tripping, and then Petrovic is going to be off the box, 2 minutes for high sticking. This is going to lead to a 5-on-3 for the Admirals for 1 minute and 29 seconds, and both of these penalties were drawn by Kemmel. Unfortunately for the Admirals, Kamano comes up with a shorthanded goal out of the box in what was perhaps the single silliest play of the entire series, taking place in the third period of Game 5. Askarov loses the race to the puck as he comes way out of the net, and the puck is taken by Kamano right around him and shot into the empty net. While he's shooting the puck into the empty net, the stick, the blocker, the glove, all the pieces of equipment come sliding across the ice, and what was obviously an intentional attempt to throw equipment to try to stop the puck from going into the empty net. The only surprising part of this scenario is that it wasn't called a penalty on Askarov, and the play was able to continue. The Admirals had a power play for a brief amount of time after this, but everything for Milwaukee just kind of froze for the next couple of minutes after this. Not unfortunate. This is stupid goal against. Something that can happen. Rookie netminder has to learn a lesson. The only thing you can hope is that a lesson was learned in this situation. 4-2 now in favor of Milwaukee. Back to the recap. 11:39 of the third period. Stastny blocks Akiro's shot at the top of the blue paint. This was perhaps the biggest play of the entire third period, and this is what allowed the Admirals to maintain their 2-goal lead. 16:54, we go to the empty net scenario for the Texas Stars at 17:39. Askarov coming with a save on Damiani at 17:54, another save on Bork. 18:31, a save on Barber, and then finally at 19:33 of the third period, it's Afanasiev with the empty net goal, his second of the playoffs, the fifth for the Milwaukee Admirals. 5-2 lead here. The Admirals would close this thing out, and that would be your final score, 5-2. Texas outshoots the Admirals in this game 39-25, and it was the Admirals scoring 4 goals in the first period and then basically taking their foot off the gas, shutting it down, and being outshot in some insanely dramatic proportion from the beginning of the second period on. We started the second period with the shots on goal being 14-9 in favor of Milwaukee, and we finished the game with the shots on goal being 39-25 in favor of the Texas Stars. It is not going to work out very many times for you when you take your foot off the gas, especially against an offensive dynamo that the Texas Stars were this season. The Admirals found a way to get by and survive, and they did something that they were not able to do in the regular season. They won 2 games in Texas in the season series. During the regular season, they only won 1 game down there in all of their opportunities. So highly impressive stuff by the Milwaukee Admirals to defeat the Central Division winning Texas Stars, who had home ice advantage and had played dominant on home ice against the Admirals throughout the season series against. So good job by the Admirals. Good job by Carl Taylor getting his team through in what is a very, very difficult circumstance. 5 games against Manitoba and now 5 games against the Texas Stars. Best of 7 coming up against the Coachella Valley Firebirds. Askarov is going to have to play tighter hockey. The Admirals defense is going to have to continue what it's been doing, and the forwards, some of them, are really going to have to pick up the scoring if the Admirals are going to have a chance to defeat the Coachella Valley Firebirds in a best of 7 series. That team is just an offensive juggernaut throughout the entirety of the playoffs so far. We'll talk about the analysis of Game 5. We'll get into the box score. Brian Baston will also be here on the Renegades of Puck podcast.